Takalosh Boker Or, day 4, Bekiim Bahalach, day 4, Siman 25. We're still in the preface, page 11 on the bottom. Number 13, you remember we were speaking about all the good rewards and everything when a person is going to come and he's going to put on tefillin. So it says over here that it's equal to all the mitzvot together. So the Levush writes the mitzvah of tefillin is equal in value to all the mitzvot combined, as it says in the pasuk right? So the Gaon Vilna pointed out in support of this, right, that the letters of the Hebrew word for in your mouth, beficha, bet, pei, yod, kaf, right, has the same numerical value as 613. Beficha, 613. So he comes and he says, right, it's unclear whether, right, from where the Levush derived the concept. The Rosh is quoted by the Bet to declare the mitzvot tefillin is greater than all the other mitzvot to say, based on the same pasuk, but he did not claim that the mitzvot are equal to all others combined. Above in section 10, a possible source of Levush might be a Talmud Yerushalmi. The possible source is, right, Menorat HaMaor. He says, he's quoting Avod Rabbi Natan, that he says that there's going to be Eser mitzvot shkulot. Do you know that Revolbe has a sefer just on this? There are 10 mitzvot which are shekulot to all the mitzvot. There are 10 mitzvot that are equal to all the mitzvot in the Torah. Shabbat, tzitzit, tefillin. Yeah. Well, there's two different things. This is that each mitzvah, I'm going to make a mitzvah, as mitzvah Shabbat, it's kilo ani kiyamti kol mitzvot. Yeah, that's what it is. Mitzvot shkulot. So he comes and he says, Shema, tzitzit, tefillin, Shabbat, korbanot, brit milah, maaser, justice, charity, distancing oneself from idolatry. Okay, so he says Sefer Amani taught that one of the two letters of the shin, right? One of the two letters shin on the tefillin shel rosh has 4 heads instead of the standard 3 heads. He cited a tradition from the Bible scholars of Alemania explaining that this is in order to allude to the fact that tefillin is equal to the entire Torah. The 2 letters shin have combined numerical value of 600. The 2 letters form the word shesh, which means 6, bringing it to 606. When we add the 7 heads on the 2 letters, it becomes 613. You understood? So one more time. Right, shin is 600, but there's 2 shins. But if you're actually going to add in, right, the 2 of them together, put them together is shesh, which is 6. So it's 606. When you add the heads, and that's why you have 4 heads, it becomes another 7. 606 and 7 is 613. Despite this concept of the tefillin being equal to 630 mitzvot, it's not accepted universally. The Mulkei Yosef is brought down by the Bet Yosef, explained that we done the talit before the tefillin, since the tzitzit has an advantage being equal to all the other mitzvot. As the Gemara says in Menachot, apparently mitzvot tefillin does not have that advantage. So meaning he's saying, why do you put on tzitzit before tefillin, meaning the talit before tefillin? Because the talit is equal to all the mitzvot, because there's 613 in the talit as well. So it's mashma, and the tefillin doesn't have that. So that's why you're doing that. But he says, indeed, the Yafel Elev and the Lechok Tanot and the Shemesh Tzedakah pointed out that it appears from the Rosh that tefillin is equal to all the mitzvot. He then cited the Cheshek Shlomo, who accepted that even the Rosh did not write specifically about tefillin about that. He wrote on tefillin is juxtaposed to the entire Torah, right? So even if it does mean the same thing, it still refers to the Torah's 248 mitzvot, only where the tzitzit is equal to 630 mitzvot of the Torah, both mitzvot taseh, mitzvot lo taseh. Nevertheless, the Yafel Elev demonstrated, right, there's a Tikkunei Azor. And the Tikkunei Azor states openly, whoever wears tefillin and tzitzit is considered to have fulfilled all 613 mitzvot. And he also brought out a midrash. Fulfill the mitzvah of tefillin, right, says Hashem, and I'm going to consider as if you spend all day learning Torah. So he says, so you see from here that obviously it is. And also in the commentary on the Torah, the Rabbeinu, the Rosh, comes and he says, like the Levush, this is a proof of the position of the Chok Tanot and Shemet Tzedakah. Rav Yaakov Chaim Sofer discussed this matter at length also. Okay? Number 14, the Zohar's teaching. The Zohar teaches, Rabbi Shimon, right, said, at the moment a person rises up early in the morning, he puts on tefillin on his head and his arm, puts on talit, and he passes by the mezuzah, the mark of the holy name at the doorway of the thing. There's 4 holy angels that join him. They exit home with him to accompany him to the synagogue. By the way, this is the reason why, according to the Zohar Kadosh, you're supposed to leave your house with the talit and tefillin already on. Okay, they announce, give honor to the presentation of the holy king, give honor to the king's son, the representation of king's face. The divine spirit envelops him and announces, this is Israel in whom I pride myself. Then the divine spirit ascends and testifies before the holy king. The sublime king then commands, right, that a list will be written of all those who attend the Bet Knesset and all those who present themselves to him. Furthermore, the blessed one boasts, right, of this person, announces that look at my child, well, look what he does in my world. In contrast, if someone goes to the synagogue, leaves his home without tefillin on his head and tzitzit on his garment, then he says the pasuk, right? Where is his fear of me? He is guilty of testifying falsely. Because basically, when you come into the synagogue, you're supposed to bow. That's why even if you don't do it in your home, you should do it outside of the synagogue, and then you come in, right? So there's a whole question about here, because you're coming here, you're doing it here, and then you're coming in. Okay, but you're passing through it. But whatever. But basically, it's a concept that you do it outside, and then when you come in and you're saying, you're bowing down with it, you're not testifying falsely because you already have the talit, right? And the tefillin. You understood?
Yeah, because also
the punishment for failing to perform the mitzvah tefillin. So until now, we brought down 14 different rewards, right? And the greatnesses, right? That was what we called it? Greatness of the mitzvah and the reward. Now we're going to speak about the punishments. So number one is going to be excommunicated by heaven. What does that mean? The Gemara Masechet Pesachim, Kuf Yud Gimel says there are 7 individuals who are mamash, they are put in cherem from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. One of them does not put on tefillin on his head and his arm. The Samag explains that someone does not put on tefillin, he only has one witness, which is the Brit Milah, to the fact that he's a Jew. Therefore, he deserves to be put in cherem, because he needs 2 witnesses. Remember, that's what we said, that on Shabbat, the Shabbat is another witness, it's another oath. So therefore, he doesn't need another witness, so therefore it's going to be enough. Okay, number 2, fire from heaven. The Korban Mincha stated anyone who does not put on tefillin will be stricken by lightning bolt from above. Oh, tamal. Yeah. Number 3, he will not be resurrected. No tchiyat hametim. Shara Kedusha taught whoever does not fulfill the mitzvah tefillin will not be resurrected in the future. See the Kavachim Sofer. Number 4, disqualified as a witness. Elmaleh pointed out that such a person is labeled an ignoramus at a which means that he cannot offer testimony in a rabbinical court, which is something incredible. Have a wonderful day, everyone.